Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park.
You're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park.
I'm Jack, and in tonight's news, the PCP choirs get support at a local fundraiser and a spooky stroll at the Village Arts Factory.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
You can enjoy an evening of live music, food, and drinks while helping support the PCP Choir program this fall as part of the choir's Perfect Pints fundraiser at Canton Brew Works. The fundraiser will feature live music from Yellow Deli, an up-and-coming alternative rock band founded by choir students from PCP. The group is opening for local cover band Quarter Full. Quarter Full member Christian DeRozier says it's important to support young artists like the choir students.
You're also able to hear from some of the students that will be singing along with us. So it's a great way to support, provide that energy back to the band, back to the performers. And I think anyone who comes to the show will have a great time.
The show will take place on Saturday, November 4th from 8 to 11 p.m. Entry to the event is $5 at the door, with all proceeds going to the choir program. More information about the fundraiser is available at cantonbrewworks.com on the events page.
Canton's Village Arts Factory is inviting local kids to an afternoon of ghosts, goblins, and art this week at their annual Halloween stroll. The stroll will see the factory transformed into a haunted warehouse as the kids walk from studio to studio to encounter activity stations and Halloween fun. Canton Township Community Program Director Kevin Ryan says the factory's tenants are excited to welcome people back.
And especially this year, after that horrible catastrophic rain damage that we had, and the building's been under construction now for almost 2 months solid, it's a great opportunity to welcome people back into the building and to see that it's been, for the most part, restored and back to operation.
The kids' Halloween stroll will take place on October 28th from 4 to 8 p.m. There will also be a sensory sensitivity hour from 4 to 5 p.m. with reduced noise and lighting effects. Tickets are available at cantonfun.org.
Fallout from last night's mass shooting in Maine tops our look at world and national news tonight. Police in Maine continue to search for a suspected mass shooter. 18 people were killed and 13 others injured in the town of Lewiston after a shooter opened fire inside a bowling alley and a bar last night. 3 of the injured are reported to be in critical condition. Israeli forces are entering a new ground phase of the war against Hamas in Gaza. Last night, Israeli tanks and bulldozers entered into northern Gaza in what's being described as a limited raid that will pave the way for a larger ground assault. About 360,000 Israeli reservists are at the border with Gaza awaiting orders. A tentative contract agreement has been reached between the United Auto Workers and Ford. The 4-year contract needs to be ratified by the 57,000 UAW employees of Ford. And union president Sean Fain says that he won things with the deal no one thought possible. Wages will go up 25%, along with annual cost of living increases that would put the pay raise to over 30%. The deal means a top-scale assembly plant worker will make over $40 an hour by the end of the contract. A new report shows that even Americans with employee-sponsored insurance are struggling to pay for health care. According to a new Commonwealth Fund survey, 57% of Americans have had trouble paying for health care this year. The survey also showed nearly 40% of Americans opted out of needed medical care or prescription drugs over the past year because of the cost. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Jack, and your look at campus news is next. Hi, I'm Jack Perizzo, the production director for 88.1 The Park. I grew up listening to 88.1, and to be honest, I always knew I wanted to be a part of this amazing station. As soon as I came to PCEP, I auditioned to be a part of our staff, and I quickly learned that 88.1 isn't just high school students running a radio station, but we're also a family. And as a part of that family, I've seen the life-changing effects that you can give students like me and the skills this station provides us in communication, leadership, and so much more. Help support your local radio station by making a pledge from November 6th through November 11th during our annual Thanks for Giving pledge drive right here on 88.1 The Park. I'm Jack Perizzo, and thank you for giving. Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's campus news.
P-CCS is asking district families to take the time to respond to our 2023 Fall Family School Relationship Survey. The survey is part of the P-CCS Dynamic Plan's efforts to ensure that students and families feel engaged and informed about district activities and that their input is used to help shape district activities and programs. The survey is live now, and the extended deadline is open to all P-CCS families until October 29th. You can submit your responses by visiting the official district website, pccsk12.com. P-CCS is inviting the community to chat with Superintendent Dr. Monica Merritt next month during another installment of her popular Coffee with Monica series. Coffee with Monica is an opportunity to meet with Superintendent Merritt and members of the district leadership team. Dr. Merritt will share information about the latest happenings in our district and take the time to hear community feedback and answer questions. Coffee with Monica will take place on Monday, November 6th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Miller Elementary School's Media Center. For Campus News, I'm Nathaniel. Your look at sports is next.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports.
Former Michigan State football coach Mel Tucker is responding to MSU's conclusion that he violated school policy in his sexual harassment case. The report claims Tucker violated policy during a graphic 2022 phone call with rape survivor and activist Brenda Tracy. Tucker's lawyers responded saying the decision was not surprising and that there were countless factual and legal errors in the report. Tucker has indicated that he will be suing MSU for wrongful termination and will try to obtain part of the $80 million remaining on his contract. Cade Cunningham's 30 points couldn't help the Pistons last night, losing 103-102 to the Heat in their season opener in Miami. Cunningham missed a long three-pointer at the buzzer. The Pistons visit Charlotte tomorrow before hosting the Bulls on Saturday in their home opener. The Red Wings wrap up their three-game homestand tonight against the Winnipeg Jets at Little Caesars Arena. The Wings had their five-game winning streak snapped with Tuesday's 5-4 overtime loss to Seattle. The Wings sit at 5-1-1 on the young season. One of Major League Baseball's brightest young stars could be on the move. According to Sportsnet New York, the Yankees have had preliminary conversations with the Padres about a trade involving outfielder Juan Soto. Soto is coming off of a season in which he played all 162 games and batted .275 with 35 home runs. For Newsfile at 5:30 Sports, I'm Nathaniel. Your look at traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94.
Your look at traffic starts now.
Look for slow traffic on all the freeways in Plymouth-Canton this afternoon as construction projects continue. I-275 northbound and southbound have traffic down to 2 lanes, and we have delays on M14 eastbound and I-96 westbound. That's all for traffic. Your look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park with your local weather forecast.
Rain will arrive overnight with a low of 62. Clouds and rain will move out of the area tomorrow, leaving behind sun with a high of 75. Right now in Plymouth-Canton, it's 69 degrees under partly cloudy skies. On your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Carter and Nathaniel, I'm Jack on Newsfile at 5:30. Stick around, Backstage Pass is next, followed by Back to the 80s at 6 and Plymouth-Canton's hit music at 7.